Hi, I'm Monica from Aston Martin Walnut Creek, and today we're taking Aston Martin's exciting new DB12 for a test drive. Now, you might remember last year we were lucky enough to get a sneak peek at the DB12 when it was first released as Aston Martin's DB11 successor and the world's first super tourer. Today, we're going to go see if it lives up to its name. Okay, so now that we've hit the freeway in the DB12, the first thing I notice is how comfortable it is. These seats really are exquisite. Diamond stitch leather, which is also an accent that you can see throughout the car on the roof and also in the rear of the vehicle. So as we're cruising along in GT mode, it really is quite comfortable. The suspension is nice, the response is still there, so even though it's not as punchy as maybe the sport mode, we still do get a pretty incredible throttle response. Okay, and I can feel this rumble, this growl feeling it underneath my foot, like it's ready to go. It's itching to launch. I love it. Really looking forward to giving it a little bit more here on these twisty roads. Now, one of the big changes that Aston Martin made coming from the DB11 to the DB12 was the switch to the twin-turbo V8 compared to the predecessor's V12. Now, many Aston Martin enthusiasts were a little bit concerned about this because they were terribly fond of that V12. But let me tell you, this thing is certainly not short of thrills. So we're approaching a highway exit here. We're going to switch it over into sport mode, drop it down a couple gears. Pretty responsive gear changes there. All right, now we're behind a little bit of traffic, so we won't get to enjoy it quite as much. I actually really like this. It feels good, even though I'm in traffic, even though it's kind of itching to get going and I want to put my foot down, it still feels just amazing. I love this car already. All right, so now we've switched it over into sport mode and we're hitting some nice twisty country roads. I'm gonna see how this baby handles. Woo, okay, nice responsive steering. Now, that's something as well that Aston Martin worked on improving was the rigidity and stiffness of the DB12. I'm finding there's absolutely no lag when I put my foot down on the accelerator, not a bit, just instant. I love it. Aggressive enough to feel like it's sporty, it's agile, there's the performance, the sound, but it's so comfortable. Now, let's face it, most of the time we put our foot down in these kind of cars is because we love the sound it makes, and the DB12 does not disappoint. This is where the DB12 shines. It is amazing. I love it. Okay, so far so good. We've been hitting these twisties, and now it's been a fairly uneven surface. We've had some wet road here, we've had some pothole road here, some really steep corners. Some really sharp corners rather, and some steep hills. I'm really interested to see how this feels on GT mode through these corners. So what we might do is we might change it down. I definitely felt the steering change. The steering loosened up a little bit. I do want it in sport mode for these twisty roads though, so there we go. Oh, much better, that feels amazing. Much more direct. Okay, so we have it in manual mode right now, in sport mode, and we're on a very bumpy, very twisty California road. A true test for a grand tourer, rather a sports tourer. I just love the sound though, I'm not gonna lie, the sound is awesome. With the twin-turbo 4-litre V8 in place of its predecessor's V12, you might be wondering, does it sound as good? Does it handle as good and perform as good? In my opinion, it just is different. Absolutely as good. Absolutely sounds amazing. Performs like a beast. And is loads lighter than the V12. Increased performance as well. They were able to tune it to get not only more horsepower, but also more torque. At 671 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque, this beauty is definitely not lacking any power. Now, with the maximum torque range between 2750 and 6000 RPM, the sound is like music to my ears. Now that the roads are a little more dry, able to get on it a little more. Oh my gosh! Yes! Oh, I love it! I love it! I love it! Oh my gosh! Woo! I think I need to take a moment. This is where the DB12 really shines, not only on the twisties for the comfort and performance, but really when you can get it in that sweet spot and really get on it and feel that power, hear that power. It's just awesome. I love this. Aston Martin, you've done a phenomenal job on the DB12. Thank you for watching our Aston Martin DB12 test drive video. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. Please let us know what you think about the DB12 in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and come back again for more supercar content next time.